Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you're trying to build a strong relationship with American Express and you're trying to figure out which is the easiest American Express credit card you should be going after, then I'm going to tell you about the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. Alright? And I'm going to tell you how you can possibly pay no interest for almost 27 months using the American Express Blue Cash. Alright, so the first thing is understanding what are the requirements. Now, many of us are aware now that with American Express you actually can do a soft pull to see if you qualify for their credit cards, and then say that you qualify for the American Express Blue Cash. It's a soft pull, and then when you accept the card, they'll do a hard pull. Now, in terms of doing a hard pull, they're going to do a hard pull on your Experian and TransUnion if you don't have any cards with it. All right. Now, here's the thing about it that most people are not aware of, because they may end up with a low limit. And the biggest thing with American Express is income driven. All right. So that's very important. That means that the larger your income, your disposable income, the more of a higher, the opportunity for you to get a higher limit is better. All right. So they focus on your debt to income ratio. All right. And with American Express being one of those financial institutions, the maximum DTI goes between 50-55%. Okay. So if you have a DTI of 50-55% and you're trying to get approved for the American Express Blue Cash Preferred, they may deny you. Also, they are inquiry sensitive. So if you have over 8 inquiries on your Experian file, they may deny you because of that as well. All right. Another thing, if you had a charge off with American Express in the past, sometimes they won't give you another card for up to 10 years. Even if you had a bankruptcy and you included them in your bankruptcy, then they may not give you a card up to 10 years. Okay. It's still up to their discrepancy on how they want to look at it. But for most people, I've seen that they penalize them up to 10 years. They do pull FICO 8. Now, one of the interesting things about this is that, like, you don't have to have an American Express credit card in order to get a credit score from them. But the difference is they will give you a Vantage 3 TransUnion score. Okay, so they won't give you your FICO score. They'll give you your Vantage 3 score. And I've said in many videos that if you're looking at your Vantage TransUnion scores or your Vantage scores, those scores can be different between 50 to 80 points. So in reference to a real FICO score, I would encourage you to click the link in the description and get your real credit score, because it gives you not only your FICO 8 bank score, and the major banks are the ones that actually give you that FICO 8, that actually pull your FICO 8 bank score, but they will give you like a Vantage score. So where you're thinking like, I have a good credit score with American Express, because it's a Vantage score, that score may not be accurate. Okay, it may be much lower than what you think. So that's the reason I'm telling you, you need to get your real FICO score. Now, talking about the American Express Blue Cash Preferred, they do a balance transfer and purchase up to 12 months. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you how to hack this so that you can get possibly an extra 15 months of balance transfer and no interest. Okay. So stick with me on that. Now, in reference to being income driven, one of the bigger things that a lot of people that are married, they forget to add their spouse's income on the application. And so when you don't add your spouse's income on the application, when you apply for that American Express Blue Cash Preferred card, you may get a low limit. All right. And we're going to talk about how to increase that as well. Now, that being said, if you are married, make sure you include your spouse's income. If you are retired, make sure that you include your income from your 401k or your pension as well. All right. Now, if you're on disability and you're renting out a room or something, that's income. Also, your side hustle job is also income as well. All right, so that's very important. Now, 12 months balance, no interest on balance transfer and purchases. Okay, that's the number one reason. But once you get this here card, okay, you're in American Express's system, what happens is that when you apply for other American Express credit cards, then you will get a soft pull. They'll do an internal pull instead of a hard pull on your credit file. So even if you go for the American Express Blue Cash business card, all right, they will do a soft pull. So that makes it easier on you, so you don't have multiple inquiries on your credit file. Now, let's just say that they give you, a $5,000 credit card, okay? And you're like, well, how can I increase the credit limit on it? Well, one of the things you have to do, you multiply the amount that they give you times 3, okay? If you go over that, then you may have a higher chances of being denied. But they usually go up to 3. So if you got $5,000 and you have to wait 60 days to request a credit limit increase, okay, you have to wait 60 days. But with that credit limit increase, like I said, it's 3 times the amount that you got, all right? And it's a soft pull on your credit file. Now, there's something else that you all should know that I think is very important. In terms of, like I said, I was talking about the income. Your debt to income ratio, when you pull your credit file, all right, look at your credit file. And this is how you get your DTI down, because they look at your DTI. With your DTI, take your smaller accounts to your largest account, and try to pay your smaller accounts off to 0. These are your revolving accounts that you should be focusing on. So taking your revolving accounts down to 0, okay, as many of those down to 0, this is going to help your debt to income ratio go down and your credit score go up. All right, and that also benefits you another way, because when you pay your credit cards down to 0, then you possibly can request a credit limit increase as well, and that would also help your DTI also. All right, now, for those of you that have real bad credit, but you're still trying to get the American Express Cash Preferred card, Blue Cash Preferred card, one of the things you may want to do is look at some of these lenders that deal with people with high debt to income ratio. And so some of those lenders may be Upgrade, okay? Or Upgrade deals with 70% debt to income ratio. You have Upstart, 75% debt to income ratio, and these 2 companies loan up to $50,000 in personal loans. Then you have Universal Credit loans up to $50,000, and they are 75% debt to income ratio. Okay, so that way you're able, if you have bad credit but you have good income, but you have a low or paid down to 0, as many of them is paid down to 0, so your debt to income ratio is lower anyway. All right, so this is Houston with 3-Way Funding. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description. Thank you.